Why Ty Dillon going to Spire is a big deal, and Toyota's getting a new nose for next season. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? Hope you are doing good today. All right, on the teardown, Bozzy revealed some information he learned from Denny Hamlin. According to Denny Hamlin in an interview after the Las Vegas race, the crazy controversial Las Vegas race, this flew under the radar for obvious reasons, but Denny Hamlin said that next season Toyota is getting a redesigned nose. He said that this nose, they took to the wind tunnel and looked at all of the numbers, and they said that this nose was way behind both of the other noses. Of course, Toyota earlier this season got caught in Tapegate at Pocono, where the first two cars were thrown out, and the third place car ended up being the winner. So there was that controversy. So we knew that this nose probably was a little bit behind the scales, but you also have to think about this. NASCAR looked at all these and they ran the numbers. This is once again a situation where NASCAR ran all the numbers and they said all of these were even and equal. And it looks like Toyota was behind the 8 ball on that everywhere except for the 1.5s. They've looked really strong on 1.5s, but they have looked really off, especially on road courses where you thought Toyota would dominate. They've just been off this year, and I guess they're blaming it on the nose. So next season they will have a new nose. Ford next season will have a new Mustang, so Ford will also be getting a new nose. So this Chevrolet dominance that we've seen this season with the new car might be short-lived. There's a good possibility that Ford and Toyota both come with a much stronger car next season, because basically that nose is one of the few areas on this car that is different. I think the nose and the bumper are basically the only two things that really are different on this car. The new Ford nose, from what I've seen, still looks nice and flat, so I would expect them still to be really good at super speedways as long as it has the same type of speed that the other nose had. So I expect the Fords to still be a really good pushing car. But of course we saw this season, Eric Jones gave Chase Elliott that big push, so the Chevrolet teams are now learning how to push as well. I just don't think that they can do it for a continued and extended period of time like the Fords have done. But we'll look at those new noses next season, so get ready for that. Could be a game changer for Toyota and Ford. Alright, as the filming of this, it hasn't been officially announced yet, but I told you guys almost a month ago, if not more, that my sources said Ty Dillon was going to Spire. It hadn't happened in a really long time, so I was starting to doubt my sources, but they actually came through, and it does look like Ty Dillon will be going to the 77 for Spire Motorsports. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, this is not really that big of a deal, but here is why I think it is that big of a deal. We saw toward the end of the Petty GMS run, when Ty Dillon basically knew he was going to be out of the car, that Richard Childress and RCR started putting the RCR setup underneath the 42 car for Ty Dillon to make sure that the setup wasn't the problem, why he was running at least 6 to 8 spots on a normal weekend behind Eric Jones. And they saw that that did improve his performance a little bit, but it still wasn't enough to keep him in that car. He is now going to the 77, but why that is important is if the same thing happens, if RCR gets involved with Spire, gives some of those setups that they have to the Spire camp, it will not only benefit Ty Dillon in the 77, which we have seen run very poorly. Most of the time the 77 is way far behind the 7 car. But it will benefit the 7 car. And Corey LaJoie could possibly have a few more races next season where he can show what he is capable of doing. Of course, every time Corey LaJoie has a decent setup, you always see him running in the top 15, if not the top 10. And on super speedways, he is a force to be reckoned with, as we have seen. So it could benefit Corey LaJoie, and that is why Ty Dillon going to Spire Motorsports is a much bigger deal than people are thinking about. Of course, it's not official as of the filming of this, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make it official today. I do trust that source, and I was wondering why this hadn't been announced. It took them a really long time to announce this, but yeah, so I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. If you want to catch, you know, maybe I might get some more news I can break. Catch the live streams tonight, which Tuesday, and Saturdays. Most Saturdays and Tuesdays, we do the live streams, so if you want to check those out, check those out. If you got a comment or question, leave it down in the comment section. I couldn't get to all of them yesterday because I had way more than I ever thought I would ever have. So I appreciate all of y'all for that, but I'm trying to get to as many as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.